Okay. Hello and welcome. Debbie, welcome to Soulful Valley.
Katie, thank you so much for having me. I have been looking forward to this, and I'm so excited to chat with you and talk about the book Evolving on Purpose. This is such an exciting thing. I'm so grateful to be a part of this project and to work with you. Very grateful and excited.
I'm grateful to have you here. We've had a bit of a ripple going on when you joined the book because some of your friends came in as well. So and you're also psychic and sensitive. So I'm honoured that you all felt the call from spirit to join me. So what were your reasons for writing in this book, Debbie?
I had a couple of reasons. I'm a psychic medium, and it took me a long time to own that and accept that. And as a psychic medium, I sit with so many people, and we talk about not only connecting with your loved ones, but I've noticed a lot of us here, if not every one of us here, experience some sort of trying to find self love and self worth, whether that's through job, whether that's through your career, family issues. We all kind of like we all have grief in common. We all can understand the passing of a loved one. I feel as though we all understand trying to find self-love and self-worth. So I had my own journey of coming to terms with and accepting and owning that I am a psychic medium, and going through a lot of self-worth and self-love and owning and understanding all of those pieces only later on in my life. I'm 50 now, so it took me like half my life to understand how all of that came together. I've noticed that many people share this same kind of experience. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to share my story. So many of us feel that calling or passion that we should do. And because we're learning self-love or self-worth, we tend to hold back and we play it small, or as that phrase always says, we're afraid to shine our light. And so we just step back and we say, I'm not good enough. That one's good enough. That one's good. I'm not like them. And we compare. And so that was one of the biggest reasons for me to write my story and get it out there. I know lots of us struggle with the same things. And I wanted people to know that it's okay. And if you can learn that, step into your light and don't hold back. It took me a long time, but that was my journey, but so that was my biggest reason, and to reach more people as well. I love healing people. Through my psychic mediumship, I love to just inspire people, motivate people. We do a lot of energy work besides connecting with loved ones. And I just would love to reach people on a wider scale audience rather than just social media or just in my office or the group events that I do here in the United States. And this was a beautiful platform and opportunity. And Spirit brought me this beautiful angel called Katie, and she has given me this beautiful platform and tool to get my story out and reach more people. So that's my reasons for wanting to do this project and getting my story out there.
Thank you for sharing that, Debbie. And
You're
what
welcome.
I loved about you coming into my world is when I heard that you connect with people with your psychic gifts through song. Now, I've sang since I was 5, and now I'm probably thinking you're opening my eyes to actually what I'm probably here to do. I've been keep uplifting dinner ladies when I was 5-year-old in the playground, and what the sort of songs I was singing to them. When I think about it, were they a song the 5-year-old was really meant to be singing?
Yes, I understand that. As you say, that's like sometimes now, and I go, I don't know where I got that song. Like, it's not, I couldn't pull it from the sky if it was definitely given to me. That's crazy. I love that.
So you make me wonder about my jukebox brain now. And I thought about this the other day, that I'd written it in the chapter in Intuitive Knowing of Truth, that my first ever experience with a psychic medium was the year after my dad died. So I was in my early 20s, and it was like a psychic party that we had in a friend's house. And this psychic started singing songs to me, and there were songs that my dad used to sing to me, and that's my first experience of of psychics and the spirit world. And then I didn't go back for a while, But later on, I started to get more pulled back into that world because I wanted to understand more. So I did a lot of training in psychic development and mediumship myself, because it was obviously I was called to do something about it.
Yes, it's part of you, and it's a huge part of your work.
It is, sure. And it's ended up, I mean, I'm being shown with the way that this book title was channeled to me in a divine downloads course that I did. And the people that have ended up coming into the book, many of them being intuitive and psychics, it's obvious that I'm still supposed to do it in a different way, perhaps, than out on a mediumship platform. It's just come to me in another way. So we'll probably both start singing in this interview. Brace yourself.
It wouldn't be my day if we didn't break out, and I break out in some sort of song.
So, Debbie, can you share with our listeners who maybe, they may have a dream to write books and be best-selling authors, like I did for years. I mean, it was only last year when I started actually doing something about it. Last year? No, it was this year. Gosh, this year has been
I know, and it's almost done too. I agreed.
I've actually fulfilled quite a few dreams that had been sitting there on the back burner for years. But how's your experience been so far in this multi-author book? And what can you give to people who are thinking about it? Because we do still have a few spaces, but we've only got a few days left if you're ready for this to jump in. So can you share that experience?
I would love to share my experience, because I had asked Spirit for some sort of writing opportunity. And then along pops Katie in my box, no coincidence. And we have mutual friends. And I was I've never done anything like this before. I've never taken on any sort of writing project whatsoever. And I could feel the positivity and the love just through your message. And when I signed on, it was like I just felt it. It was like a no-brainer. It was the way it was presented. It was just such good energy. And then when I signed on to do it, there has been nothing but support, organization, Katie, from you. I mean, I really didn't know what to expect. You lay everything out, step by step, expectations. This is what I need. This is the day I need it by. This is how many words. Here's where you can find this information. You are always accessible. You are always available. You are full of resources. If you're having trouble putting your chapter together, give me a call, write me, I can help you. It has just been positive, amazing. It was so, I'm so excited and happy to be part of this. And I need to thank you for making it that way. You have made it that way for all of us. And even the fact that I love the camaraderie that you build with all of the authors, because we all have something different to bring to the table with this book, which is so inspiring to me. I am learning so much about other modalities and healing techniques. And I just got to chill when I said that to you.
Yeah.
It's been positive and everything laid out, and very affordable, I want to say too, and just the support is really the biggest thing for me, and you being that amazing support, and this being just a very positive opportunity experience. And I would encourage anyone, if you are on the fence being like, I don't know, but do it. And don't think twice, just do it. I made up my mind in like a matter of hours.
I suppose it helps that you're psychic, because you can feel it so strongly.
But even if you're not psychic and it's something that you have wanted to do, I am going to encourage anybody to not think twice and do it, because the way that you approach this whole project is it's beautiful and it's supportive, and you have created such a very positive experience and environment for all of us. And it's a very safe environment too. So we're allowed to be vulnerable with each other, and we support one another, which is really wonderful.
And the whole point as well of sharing our stories is to be vulnerable, isn't it? Because it's that part of us that connects with other people and their experiences. And then they can see that, because, a lot of people are writing things and it's very technical, or the stuff about what you're doing in the world without the parts about who you are and where you've come from. And that's an important thing, because I think that's the bit that really connects us, and then we can resonate with each other's humanity on a real level, that we haven't all got perfect, bright, shiny lives.
Oh no, I always say, listen, we're all here with the baggage. Matter
We're all traumatized together and find our way through it.
That's right. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. So we all have the different baggage to figure out, and work through. And you're right, that making yourself vulnerable, if it can inspire somebody or help somebody else. It took me a long time to get there, to be vulnerable, to put myself out there to help and inspire other people. I hid behind a picture for many years. I wasn't worthy to be out there.
I think you don't realize how powerful your story is either, do you? You don't realize until I just did a summit at the weekend, and in that summit, we were all really vulnerable with parts of our lives and stories that none of us had really shared yet. Wow. And I realized when I was listening to all of the other speakers, how deeply I connected with their personal story. It wasn't so much about the work that they're doing, but when you understand that personal story, along with that work, how they got through it, and someone is then lighting the way. It was called Women Lighting the Way. So, the fact that your story can light the way, especially if you've managed to find a way to come through the other side of it, you've got the tools that can help people. It is a blessing, isn't it, to others if you share your story?
Yes. I feel like it gives those people a leap of faith, like, oh my gosh, you are showing me that I can do this. I can take that leap of faith. I can do it, And
that the pain that you've been through in some way then has served you, because it's helping other people. You realize that, I realize now that the things that I've been through, look where I am and how I can help others now. It's just, it's brilliant. The contrast is actually better than you think.
Katie, it's funny you should say that, and no coincidence, because I would say to my mom, like for the first half of my mom, I don't understand why this and this and this and this. I don't understand. Why does all this stuff happen to me? I don't get it. And now I get it, because when I sit on the other side of the table with a client, I can understand with such deep compassion what they're going through. You never truly do until you walk in somebody else's shoes, but to some degree, I can say, I understand. I totally understand, so we have that. Besides having singing, we also have that in common. I love it.
That you can connect with people on a deeper level and actually see the patterns that they're going through, because you've I suppose as well, when you get to the other side of 50, it's like we've got a lot of life experience as well. So I don't know if you're that side of 50 yet. That may not be the case for you, but I am.
This year, I just turned 2021. I turned 50. So.
All right. So what work are you doing in the world? Well, I think we understand a bit about that, but do you want to bring in how you're singing as well? You're giving messages. Is
sure how that goes in with my
work.
Yeah. It was so funny. When I first started opening up as a medium, like I've had it my whole life, but it really became intense in my early 30s. And I would just be giving messages to people, and I would hear these songs, like they come into my head like they're playing on the radio, and they fit perfectly to whatever situation, message, whatever. Like, so for example, usually if I have a spirit coming through and he took a lot of risks and chances in life, a lot of times spirit will start playing me an Aerosmith song that's called Living on the Edge. And I'll say to them, listen, this guy, this girl, they were living on the edge, or spirit shows me like some situation that might have to do with the passing of a loved one or just in their life. And they show me like them holding on really tight. I'll be like, okay, listen, I got to break out in the Beatles. Let it be, let it be. I'm like, you gotta just let it be. It's crazy how that all just, and people will say to me, Debbie, it breaks up, or it sheds light, or it makes it a little easier to hear a very intense message, because we'll be in, how spirit is, like they make you, we're all intense, we're crying, and then we're laughing in the next minute, because that's how they are. And it's almost like when it gets really heavy, they throw me this song. And I tell people that's exactly how it just pops in my head, like it is playing on the radio. So it's going to come out of my mouth. It's instantaneous. And the way, like I said, that they put it in, it just makes so much sense. But people have said to me that the way it comes in through the message will sometimes help ease that message or actually make them laugh for a couple of seconds, and that for me, they'll say, I love the music, I love the singing. My other favorite one is when something is about to happen, because I hear it in my head now, so I'm going to sing it. So they're telling me to use the example when somebody is going to realize something in a big, big way. And I hear Katy Perry, I'm wide awake. And then I hear that part about we're falling from cloud nine and we hit the pavement. And then we're like eyes wide open, So that's another one they play a lot for me. But it's a really, sometimes, there are messages that are hard to deliver. And so sometimes Spirit will give it to me in a song. And I'm grateful for that. And sometimes I'll even say to my client, wait, I just hear one line. I got to get my phone. I got to Google that one line of the song so I can figure out where it goes, because I'll just hear that one. I'm like, what song is this? But I love how Spirit has put that as part of my work. It's very unique and I love it and I wouldn't change it.
I think it's great that you've recognized it as well, because maybe, there aren't many people that would realize that's actually what's going on. Like me. Walking around with a song in my head for 50 years and not knowing what to do with them. Annoying everyone around me. Oh dear.
Oh, I love it.
So where can people find you, Debbie, if they want to work with you?
I am on social media. I am on Facebook under my name, Debbie Squizzero, Squizzero. Also on Instagram, Facebook, Instagram. I also have a YouTube channel, Debbie Squizzero Evidential Psychic Medium. On that channel, I answer a lot of questions that my clients have asked me over the years about dying or the other side or the grieving process, or even just in life, when I say frequency and vibration and get into a higher vibration, many clients like, I don't understand that. So I answer a lot of those questions on my YouTube channel, and everything about me from my story to the services that I offer, you can find on my website, which is also under my name. But if you cannot remember that name, I do have the domain singingmedium.com. So you can just put in singingmedium.com and my webpage will come up.
And I will put things in the show notes anyway, so it'll be easier for people to find it. What do you hope, Debbie, that this book will do for its readers?
I hope that it will call more attention to people that we are at the core and the essence of our being. We are a spiritual being. While we're here on our journey in the physical world, we refer to ourselves as a human being. And yes, we have a heart and it beats, and we do take care of our human being's physical self. But when our time is done here, we shed the physical body and we shed all of the ailments that we've had here, and our heart stops. But what lives on? What lives on is your soul and your energy. And as a psychic medium, that's the part that I blend with and connect with. And I've learned from Spirit over the years that, we have terrible spiritual hygiene. We do a lot to take care of our human selves, but we don't always take care of our spiritual selves. And I think it's because people don't know enough about it. And I feel as though this book just gives such a platform to the different types, modalities of healing techniques, ways to heal yourself, whatever you're drawn to. I feel like this book will offer it, because different people are going to be drawn to different things to take care of their spiritual hygiene and your spiritual self. And that's what I love the most about this book. That's what I'm hoping that it will do, that it will reach people and let them know that, we neglect, that's what Spirit just said to me, thank you, that we neglect our spiritual self, and that this will open our eyes to how to take care of ourselves in a spiritual way so that we can be the best human being that we can be on our physical journey here. So that's my hope.
And the human that we came here to be. Because
Yes.
I found with this project as well, I've really led it with Spirit. Everything I've done has been led with Spirit and connection and trust and knowing and me giving like permission to Spirit to help me and support me, because it has been a big project for me to take on as a human myself. So I've really felt that I've really trusted in that to lead me with this, and I intend to do that with the rest of all of the books that come from Soulful Valley. So is there anything else you want to share today, Debbie, that we haven't mentioned?
I just want to share how much I love the title of this book. I must have said it 100 times, but I just
let's put it out there again.
Evolving on Purpose. And I love it because we all are here to evolve on purpose. So I love that. Love it, Katie. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we'll be launching it on the 22nd of October on Amazon worldwide. How do you feel about that?
Oh, so excited. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Super. I just got to chill. Super excited. Yes. Yes.
And it's going to get even more exciting as we lead up to the launch over the next 5 weeks. So thank you for sharing your story today, Debbie. Oh, is there anything in your chapter that you haven't mentioned that you'd like to mention that you're sharing?
The only thing is, my story is it's a story of from surviving to thriving. That's really what my chapter is about. I really was just surviving in life, and I really wasn't thriving because I didn't embrace who I was and my passion, because I didn't love myself the way I thought I did, and I learned that I wasn't loving myself, and through my self-worth, I had a lot of difficulty with my self-worth and embracing this passion. And so within my chapter, I just talk about that and how spirit got me to understand why I'm here on my purpose. And they just showed me like a place card. And I was a teacher for 22 years, special education teacher, and spirit will show me this place card. That was just to hold you until you learned self-love and self-worth. So that's what my chapter is about not holding back. And when you feel that passion here, start moving energy towards what you're supposed to do, and spirit will have you back. So it's about learning how to, my chapter, if you feel like you're just surviving in life, what to do to learn how to thrive and be your best self.
Flip the switch.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Thanks so much for your time today, Debbie. It's been lovely speaking with you here.
Katie, thank you for having me. I just thank you. I adore your energy and I love what you're about. And I'm so grateful to be part of this project and to have met you. So thank you. Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye.